Greetings, humanoids of the internet. My name is Bob. Oh, there's a little helmet rolling right back. Never mind. Greetings, humanoids of the internet. My name is Bob, and this is episode 13 of Journey into Space. In this episode, we're going to take advantage of our quick save in Duna's orbit and send our space plane to the canyon area that I found, which looks much more conducive to actual flight conditions. Certainly more conducive to having oxygen for the engines, because where we were, they didn't work at all. So we're going to go ahead and get to it. And also, I never intend to make like an hour-long episode, but it just seems like it happens that way. So if you think the episodes are too long, you want them short, keep them down to 30 minutes or something, let me know in the comments, and I'll see if I can try to do that, because I never intend to make an hour-long episode. It just sort of happens that way. So if that's just way too long for you, let me know in the comments, and I will see if I can try to keep it down to 30 minutes. Only thing there is that we may not actually accomplish any actual objectives in 30 minutes time. So there's that. But let me know, and let's get to it. Okay, here is our target. There's a nice little set of canyons here. There's one right there. Also an interesting one coming down here. Also, this is real low altitude, so hopefully I'll be able to glide well and be able to use the engines when I need to. And how much of this I'm able to cover is totally dependent on how well the engines work at this altitude. So that's totally what's limiting factor. If Duna's atmosphere was as good as Kerbin's, I'd be able to fly forever pretty much. I mean, I'd use up gas when I landed and took off again, but that's really insignificant. If I'm able to glide with somewhat as well as I do on Kerbin, I'll be able to cover a lot of this area. If not, then not so much. And I've got to move my orbit over a tad. Okay, right now I'm using the Planet Explorer 1 because it's stationary, and so I can time compress as much as I want to. There's Planet Explorer 1. Still on Duna. 2,454 days later. I'm not sure how many years that works out to, but that's many years. So they've been there for a while. Maybe my next episode I'll come get them. That's 2,454. Hold on. That equals almost 7 years. So they've been there for a while. A 7-year voyage is not too bad. That's only a little bit more than the Enterprise's 5-year voyage, so that's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it sucks for them, but we'll see about getting them back at some later. Oops, wait. Out of curiosity. Now they got 900 units. So I'm not sure whether that's enough to get to orbit or not. I guess we'll find out sometime. Okay, here we are. Here's Shelly, who's screaming. I used the quick save to get us back to an orbital position here. And how are we going to... Oh god, that moves slow. Let's see, we need to move... First we need to get to our horizon here. Oh, come on, stop it. What we're trying to do is we're trying to change our inclination to get over the canyon area. And I'm not sure what direction to burn exactly to do that. If we were at more of an equatorial angle, I'd be able to tell you for sure. But now I've just got to give one version a try, and if it fails, try the other side. All right. What's that doing for me? Anything? Wrong way. And this will use a lot of gas, and under other circumstances I would be concerned about that, but I've got a ton of fuel. I just carried way too much fuel, and so there is no problem with fuel shortage at all. We have enough fuel to get back to Kerbin or off to Jewel probably very easily. Problem with this is there's no RCS, so I pretty much have to if I want to steer really well, I have to have the engines on. Alright, let's see what we're doing here. Yeah, it's working, but it's working slow. Gotta get it all the way over. I'm thinking our landing zone's gonna be right around here. Good thing we got a lot of fuel. Yeah, it's moving, but it's not moving real fast. I think I'm gonna land right there because this canyon here looks more interesting than that one. That's not really much of a canyon. This one is. There's a nice canyon going through here too. I could have done a polar exploration of that area right there. That would have been, that's pretty low. That would have been good. Come on. Come on. Stop being cranky. Baby to the space kraken. Damn you, babies! Damn you! Okay, well, getting lined up for our descent may take a... Oh, we're almost there. May take a while, so I will catch up with you when I am ready to head into Duna. Okay, I'm about to do my burn to enter in. I went a little further over than I really hoped for. I'm hoping I can now stick myself... Well, no, probably can't. Probably have to stick myself over here and then fly up in there. but I'm tired of trying to adjust my orbit. So we're just gonna go in and see what we can do. Okay. Okay. I could try to get into here, but that's some pretty tight flying. What the hell? Let's do it. No guts, no glory. Of course, the attendant expression to that is no pain, no gain, which we were trying to avoid the kind of pain that we could experience here. Crashing into a planet, it's not the kind of pain that does anyone any good. Make sure my engines aren't melting down. Okay, this could be iffy. There's a big old mountain here which I don't want to land on. However, landing right there, if I can do it, would be pretty awesome. Actually, I could just fly down the canyon. Uh-oh. A little too much. You probably need to set this to where it's going to be hitting the canyon wall there. But the air, well, the air will be enough to slow me down, I think, before I hit it. Okay. We'll aim this for the canyon wall, but I found out that I can actually maneuver in at high speeds a lot better on Duna than I can on Kerbal, so hopefully won't be any problem to get turned around. Okay, and we'll head on in, and I will restart the video when we're heading into the canyon there on our canyon expedition. Check this out. We're very close to having an eclipse here. I don't think it's going to happen, but looks like we could have an eclipse of the sun by Ike, which would be very awesome if that happened. I'm sort of dubious that that will happen, but it's possible. Check it out. I think we're about to have an eclipse here, or at least a partial eclipse. I don't want to stop paying attention to my flying here, but really want to see this. It's probably going to be a partial. Okay, we're hitting the atmosphere. I suppose I should pay attention to my flying at this point. Very close. We'll check in on it every once in a while to see how close we're getting to eclipse. If I was further to my left, it would be a total eclipse. It's not going to be a total eclipse now. May not be. Maybe it'll miss it, or mostly miss it. I think it's gonna skirt by it. Yeah, still a pretty cool picture. Okay, there's the beginning of the canyon there. And this time I don't have a quick save in orbit, so if we fail, we fail. No go backs. I mean, I probably could go to my previous quick saves before that, but then I would have to do all the orbital adjustments, and that'd be a pain in the butt. But I could do that. But even without being a total eclipse, that's pretty cool. Looks pretty awesome. Looks like it's just gonna barely clip the sun. Oh man, I wish it was a total. Pay attention to flying. Where the fuck am I going? I'm going right into that wall. Perhaps I should pay attention to what I'm doing right quick. Up. Steer. Okay, Houston. We have a problem. Frack me. Frack me. Busy looking at the frickin' eclipse to steer here. Yeah, man, not paying attention could wind up being a fatal flaw. Okay, looks like we're about to come off over the edge to some lower territory. No, not low enough though. And that's not the canyon. At high speeds, it's pretty maneuverable, reasonably speaking. All right, looks like I'm going into the basin here. At least I'm not on top of the mountain, so let's go ahead and straighten up. All right, so we'll have to go into the basin and then hope that's low altitude enough. It's would not be my preference though. I'd rather be going over to here. Hopefully I've got enough velocity to do something here. But I'm losing velocity all the time. Come on. Get over into the good low area where you'll have some air. Damn it. But in order to do that, I've got to try to get over those peaks, which will suck. Come on, come on. Okay, I'm getting low. Getting over those peaks is going to be a major undertaking. And I'm starting to get into the spot where I am going to not be able to climb too well because we're not able to turn too well because I'll be going too slow. If you're at high altitude and going fast, you can kind of manage things. If you're at high altitude and going slow, you're screwed. And we're starting to diverge over into the area where we're at high altitude and going slow. Don't lock up, damn it. Looks like we might make it. I don't think these engines are going to do me any good, but we'll try. Probably need to turn them on. Probably need to stage that. Okay, well, you know what? We're just gonna barnstorm this and see what we can do. Come on, get us over. See all that dark area? That's pretty low. So I should be able to use the engines, or at least glide much better. Alright, I'm okay. Okay, I know that if I'm low enough, I'm able to glide pretty well. Glide without using engines. So it's just a matter of getting down far enough. I don't know if those gear actually do add drag or not, but I'm going to pull them up. Okay, now the name of the game here is Get Low. Get low where the air can do some good. If I had it to do over again, I'd use the high altitude engines instead of that one. I used that one because I was thinking I wanted to save weight. But okay, now I'm getting low. Any air for the engines? Maybe. Okay, how about we get some altitude here? Okay, good. Not too much. Yeah, I'm like scraping the ground here. Oh, not too bad. Yeah, almost 1,000 meters. Okay. All right, we are climbing now. With some luck, we may be able to climb without having to use fuel like we did on Kerbal. And right now, although it's looked pretty cool from the air, it's not looking that dramatic from the ground, honestly. So we will, I will fly around, and if I see something that looks interesting, I will restart the video. Okay, I decided to head south instead of trying to follow that up again more because I figure every drop in altitude is going to be beneficial to me, and I don't want to get into these higher altitudes up here. So far, I'm able to do the trick I was able to do on Kerbal, which is to glide without having and gain altitude without having to spend any fuel, because I don't think that the engines are going to do a whole lot for me just right at the moment. I mean, I tried to turn them on and they just weren't even glowing. There's nothing there. So I'm going to take advantage of the gliding characteristics here. Glide on down here. Maybe check out this stuff here. See what we got. And I will restart the video if anything interesting happens. Okay, these jet engines, they aren't going to work because right now I'm at 600 meters and they got an efficiency of less than 10%. So they're simply not going to work. I'm going to glide around here as long as I can, but then when we touch down on the ground, unless we find a spot that's much lower than this, that's probably not going to take us off again. You know, it's not a 9%, 0.09% efficiency. That's not gonna work. So So probably we won't. Once we land, we probably won't be able to take off again. But I will keep on flying and see if we see anything interesting, and I will restart the video when that happens. Okay, I'm try to expend some fuel here because I seem to be losing altitude. I'm about 13 minutes into my glide since the last time I recorded. I seem to have lost airspeed. Okay, my rate of descent is slowing, so that's good. But as inefficient as this is, that's using a lot of fuel. Let's see where I am. Okay, I'm heading into area of very slightly higher altitude. So, and thus far I haven't seen anything that's really of interest. Kind of boring, big old sand flat and a few rocks down there. Not a whole lot that's terribly much of interest. So this might have been kind of a boring trip. To be honest, this might have been kind of a boring trip. But I will let you know when something interesting happens. Okay, you may notice we're minus a couple wingtips here. That's because I was busy watching some other videos, and in the meantime we had landed and tore off the wingtip, and I just tore off the other wingtip just so it would be nice and even. So now we're a land speeder instead of a aircraft. Every once in a while we'll get airborne, but looks like we're confined to the ground for the moment. Good thing I lowered the landing gear before I went off to watch a YouTube. Oh, okay, we're airborne again. We're sucking down fuel pretty big, though. Well, the engines work, they just don't work real well. And they suck down fuel big time. So, okay, let's continue the mission, maybe. The latest in Duna automotive technology. It drives at a whopping 34 meters a second. Don't drive the highways of Duna without it. Let's look around, see if we see anything worthy. Gotta be careful not to clip off the rest of my wings there. Okay, Duna is being a boring planet at the moment. Drive, drive! Okay, I've gone up a bit in altitude. It's not really what I want to do. I'm probably heading to a lower spot eventually. Okay, I'm airborne again for the moment at least. Minus my wingtips. And so far the environment appears to be pretty unremarkable. Uh-oh, coming down. Oh no, I'm heading for the rock! No, no! We're gonna crash! No, the rocks don't have any body to them. Okay. Well, so far this is boring as frack, so I will let you know if anything happens. Okay, well apparently I neglected to connect up somehow my fuel tank here with the rest of my fuel tanks, so I've got no fuel now. Which, you know, they're touching. I would think that they would communicate fuel, but I guess not. So we're out of fuel, and so we're just rolling. And at some point we'll stop rolling, I imagine. And this has really been a pretty bloody boring expedition, honestly. I mean, this is not... Ah, shit. Wait, stop. Now I've got to tear off the other side. Okay, I got it. Uh-oh, no, not that many. just one more. There you go. One more. There you go. Oh, no, okay. Okay, well, we're probably not going to the air again. I mean, unless I'm very much mistaken. This is not a remarkably interesting landscape, for we've become a car without an engine. So we may just wrap it up here. Let's take a look over the horizon. See if there's anything at all interesting in this landscape. Nope. It's all bloody boring. It's all dead dull. Uh-oh. I think Chile's in need of some entertainment. Oops. Nope, that wasn't the entertainment. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Ride 'em, cowboy! Yeehaw! Okay, well I don't want to lose her, so I'll put her back in. Whoa! Yeah, up. All right, now I've got to turn off the other one. I've lost my fin too. All right, well, we'll screw this. Okay, well, there's our airplane minus a few of its parts. And there is the arid wastscape of Duna. Oh, and I've lost another part too. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay. Well, that was fun. No, not really. It was not. There wasn't any canyons worthy of the name on this trip. It was just, you know, slopes and stuff. It was just not really not anything remarkable worthy of the trip. So we're gonna leave Shelley right there. At some point, we're gonna mount a rescue attempt of her and the other stranded astronauts on Duna. But that's probably not gonna. Well, that may be our next trip. Should we do? Yeah, let me know in the comments. Here's our choices for our next trip. One, I can do a rescue mission for these guys, which will actually require two different rockets. One will be a rocket just to pick them up in orbit, and the second one will be a rocket to come down here and pick up Shelley and lift back off again. So should we do that? Which I'm tempted to do anyway, because I feel like I should give these guys a break and pick them up and send them home. But also, we want to do a trip to Bop at some point. So if you're more eager to go to Bop than you are to rescue these poor souls, then let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I think our next trip is going to be to come and pick some of these guys up and take them back to Kerbin, because Rescuing these guys was always a priority. It just wasn't a real high priority. Kerbal life support is the best life support in existence. I mean, they may still be using nuclear rockets, but they've got really far out life support tech that allows people to stay on Mars for 7 years without any apparent means of support. So probably next time I'm going to go ahead and do our rescue mission. But a mission to BOP is in our near future as well, because I always wanted to go there. Actually, I really like little small moons, and I was very disappointed to find that Gilly, moon of Eve, was bugged, so I couldn't land on it. But that's not true of BOP, so we're going to have a trip to BOP in our near future. But I think our next expedition is going to be to rescue these guys, which could be full of all sorts of interesting possibilities and or death. Alrighty, that's all for now. Okay, throttle down a bit. That was a failure.